There's
Well,
so
I don't
many people
know.
in my life that I don't approve of what they're doing. I don't approve of, we don't share the same values and morals and but I still love them.
Mhm, mhm.
That doesn't mean that I need to hang out with them.
This is not an interview. There is no format. This is simply a conversation about life.
I haven't experienced it in any other relationship, really. I mean, I think not even with my parents.
Mhm.
I mean, they were supposed to love me unconditionally, but I always felt as if there was something attached,
Mhm.
for them to approve of me and to
Mhm.
accept me and so on and so forth. So not even there I felt unconditional love. I mean, I can't say that my capacity to love people is not necessarily always unconditional, but I'm very, very open.
Mhm.
Um,
You
with
just.
my
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
with my friends, for instance. I mean, yes, there are boundaries. There are moments where I go, "Ooh, this is now really hard
Mhm.
emotionally for me." And I had these situations with my friends that I really love a lot.
Mhm.
It's a different type of love, of course. But my understanding of love in general is acceptance of the other as the other is, even if it challenges me and my understanding of how things should be or my values.
This is interesting because then the question becomes is because obviously you're always going to have boundaries, right? Um, and does this unconditional love, is it in the eye of the person receiving it or the person giving it? Like who's got the
Me, I mean, I don't tie conditions to my love. I don't say to my son, if you don't do this, mommy
Mhm,
won't love you.
mhm,
I don't do that. I
mhm,
might say I don't approve of it or I don't like it,
mhm,
but I will never question or have him question my love for him.
mhm,
And this is also true for other people that I love. When I
mhm,
have a problem with a friend because she's doing something or he's doing something that I disapprove of,
mhm,
I could say, you know what, I don't want to be your friend anymore,
mhm,
which would be withdrawing my love. That is not unconditional because I'm saying, you know what, either you do the things as I like it or I'm not here,
mhm,
you know. But I could also say, you know what, this is really challenging me. I really disapprove of what you're doing.
mhm,
Emotionally, I'm really at this, you're pushing a boundary.
mhm,
I disapprove of it and I have a hard time liking you, loving you right now. I'm emotionally troubled with you.
mhm,
But that goes back to me. And then I have to work with myself and see, can I bring it and
mhm,
give it regardless? And I did. I had this type of conflict with a friend not long ago.
mhm,
It really was a challenging moment. She did something that I did not approve of. And I told her, and we had this moment between us, and we started talking about it. And then at one point, I thought, okay, you know what? She can do whatever she wants. You have an issue with that. This is your issue. This should not be questioning your love to her.
mhm,
And I told her so. I said, you know what? I have a problem with it. Now you know.
mhm,
You can't expect me to, always deal with it in a way that you might wish for it, but I still love you.
mhm. Um,
I
so
still love you and I still want to be your friend.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, I still love you. I still want to be your friend. So I didn't put a condition. I didn't say, because I really love her. And yes, I don't approve of things she
Mhm.
does, but I still love her.
Okay, so then what if your friend says, if you loved me, you would approve of what I did?
No, and I'd say this is not a right understanding of love. I don't understand love as something that I have to give in connection to approving.
Mhm,
I have my own set of values.
mhm,
I can love others They have other sets of values. They do things differently. That doesn't question my love at all. I just don't follow suit with their values. And I have the right to approve or disapprove of behavior. This is mine.
Okay, so is there some list of things that you must or must not approve of in order for it to actually be unconditional love? Huh?
No, it's unconditional per se.
Well, no,
it's
because
unconditional. I can't put a condition to my love.
Right. Well, the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's obviously all kinds of things going on in the world where, you know, people put these requirements where there's requirements for if you don't approve of this, or if you have your own set of values or whatever, let's say it like this, and there's I don't know, yeah, like just values that you may hold, and or certain types of behavior that you would not engage in yourself or something like that or whatever. And so can you still love someone and not, and I mean, like, obviously certain things are personal to people as well. So can a person have their own set of values and are you frozen? Oh yeah. Values and ethics and morals or something like that that are personal to them, and then say, based upon my values, morals, ethics, and principles, this is not acceptable. Whatever this is that you're doing or whatever is not acceptable to me, for me, or I don't think it's right, or what, I don't know how someone would say it, but like, but I do still love you. Does that fall into the category?
I do that all the time.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
All right.
There's so many people in my life that I don't approve of what they're doing. I don't approve of, you know, we don't share the same values and morals, but I still love them. That doesn't mean that I need to hang out with them, you know. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be very close, and then that doesn't mean that I will, you know, share my day life with them, because that would be unbearable. But I still love them, and if they would be in need, and if, you know, I could do something for them, I'd be there. I would not. But I have to say, people who are like so out of my world, I probably wouldn't want to spend too much time with them. But I can still love them.
Yeah. Okay, in that way, you know what, I might even say the love is independent of the condition.
That's why it's unconditional. Well, there is no conditions attached.
Yeah. Okay. So then, and so if a person, yes. Okay. I see what you mean, because I was just thinking in terms of someone being able to say, if you loved me, you would do this.
Totally nonsensical.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. I mean, it's a different thing to say, if you wanted me to be in a relationship with you, you would do this, because this is what I need for a relationship, which is not the same thing than my capacity to love. Relationships are also business agreements. It's a different thing. You know, it's not the same thing. And people confuse us. You know, I mean, if I were to tell someone, under these conditions, I would love you, in that, you know, that would not this is a deal. I'm not saying under these situations, I would be in relationship with you or not, regardless of whether I love you or not.
Okay. So this is
that's
what I mean.
That's a total different story.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like so this is from your perspective. I'm talking about the person from on the receiving end. And then they're saying,
then I would say, you know what, you don't love me to begin with. If I get something like that, I'd be like, go see a psychologist and try to find out what is misconstrued with your understanding of love, because this is what you're offering is not love. And I'm not taking it.
but
this
you
is not love, whatever it is. Yeah, go ahead.
And you would still love them, though. You would still be loving them.
I could still, of course, I could still love them.
Yeah.
If I want to. It's a choice. This is my choice to love or not love a person. I can still choose to love the person. I can also choose to say, what a fuck up. I'm not loving this person. He should, or she should just go wherever she wants. This is my choice. That depends on what connects me to the person, how I see the person, you know, how I'm bonded or not. And but it's very complex, you know, and those, I had these circumstances. I mean, I lived through these moments with people. I still loved them, but I surely did not want to receive what they were offering as love. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want this. You know, I can still love them.
Okay.
That's my choice.
All right. So there is still some ultimate, and I think this is different from like a child or whatever, because I don't think, like, when I think of my mom, I don't think there is really anything that I could do that she would stop loving me. I'd actually sooner think she would end my life to stop whatever I was doing if I was doing something bad enough, and still love me at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think this is a bit different. So maybe because if the unconditional love can end, then there is some ultimate condition. Unconditional is a term.
But I can also, like, yeah, I know, but one also decides to love someone unconditionally or not.
Okay.
It's a decision that we make.
Okay.
You know, with my son, it's totally clear to me. This is unconditional. I wanted him to come to this planet. I wanted him to become my child. Back then, I didn't know if it was going to be a girl or a boy, and this would apply to a girl just as much. And I feel the responsibility, and I know, and I happen to believe that this is what human beings are nurturing from. This is the most important thing that a human, or an emotion that a human being can receive the moment they're born and being tossed into this world. This will make them resilient. This will make them love themselves. This will make them understand what love is really about. Not what you were just talking about. Only if you did this and that, you would love me. This is not love. And there are so many people being totally incapable of understanding what love is. They're chasing it. They're looking for it. They want attention from other people, misconstruing and thinking that is love. You know, and they're lost. They're just lost. I don't meet many people who really have a healthy relationship to themselves in terms of loving themselves, and from that to others. I just see a lot of needy people. And I think this is one of the things that we as society, we're getting it wrong. It's not love to, you know, toss all the Playmo and all the games and all the money on top of a kid and think, well, but I loved you. I got you all these things throughout. I worked so hard for you to have that. No, love is sitting at the dinner table and talking. Love is inquiring what they dreamt, how they feel, playing a game, you know, touching their hair, looking deep in their eyes, kissing them until they go like, yeah, leave me alone. You know, that's love. I mean, it's not. But we don't even know how to express it very often. And a lot of people don't love themselves. How is someone who doesn't love himself be able to show love to another person? So when mothers, or receive it, you know, the reason why I love my son unconditionally, he takes my love. He's the only one who would take it. I don't see anyone else. Anyone else so willing to take it. So actually, I'm grateful to him to be able, that he will take it. I've not met anyone who would take my love so eagerly than he does. And reciprocate as well. I have not met a single person in my life. So me being able to love him is a gift from him to me because he allows it.
All right.
I don't know, have you had that? Like when you suffocate, you really want to show it and people are just not in the mood of receiving it? Have you had that? I mean, I did.
I mean, the short answer is no. The short answer is no. I don't think no.
Okay.
What to shower someone with love and everything like this and want to be all affectionate and hugging them and all of that stuff, like what you described? No. No.
I did, and it's really hurtful when someone won't take it.
I'll take it. I will take it.
I'm just saying, if you're giving it and someone is not receiving it, it's very painful. So in that, I'm lucky because my son takes it.